Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Candy Shop. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington, and I cannot wait to dive into today's hot mess episode. We are talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That is right. So, as I wait for people to get in, don't forget that we are doing our 7-day Level Up Your Life challenge. That's right, it is linked below in the description box. We kick off on March 1st, but if you get into the 7-day Level Up Your Life challenge, if you're into self-care, self-love, manifestation, then you will get VIP access to our Lux Life VIP group. You will get immediate access to it, and you'll get endless access to it. So you just buy the ticket for the 7-day Level Up Your Challenge, and then you're in for life. You get a free self-love journal that I wrote. You get a free digital copy of it. If you want the paperback, you can head over to Amazon or just click the link below. And you also get weekly coaching calls and access to our resources of self-care, self-love, and manifestation stuff. So with that, say hello, you guys. If you are watching, put your candy canes in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know how you want to get started. So I feel, first of all, you guys, let me know, can you hear me well? Because I have a new microphone. I was like waiting on my new equipment. So let me know in the chat box if you can hear me and if it's coming through clearly or not. So let me know how that is going. So I want to make sure that all of that is good. Let's say hi to some people. Hey, the real lovely C. She says, hello, Candy. So glad to be here. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, Darren Hood. Darren Hood says, hey, Candy. Hello. Okay, so I guess you guys can hear me. If you can't, put it in the chat box and let me know. Okay, yes, okay. Hey, Young Rich, hey, sweetheart, says yes. Hey, sweetheart, how are you? What is up? Okay, good. And let me know, because I was waiting on my new mic and my new headphones that I got. I don't want to move it too much. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully everything is cool. All right, so let's get into it. I might have some unpopular opinions about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but hey, Darren. Oh, hey, Candace. Okay, says we can hear. Okay, great. Perfect. I had been waiting these couple days. I got new equipment from Amazon, so I wanted to make sure it was good. Hey, Eva Nasheed, what is up? Yes, happy Tuesday. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for bringing that up, Eva Nasheed. So it's 2/22/22 today, guys. I said a lot of twos. But it is such a magical day. And after this, you know, I do the Lux Life and Sugar Pills. And so I'm doing, after this recap, I'm doing a free training on my favorite manifestation tips, especially for 2/22/22. It is such a magical day. Now is the time if you want to set your intentions, if you want to put your goals into place, if you want to start manifesting and scripting and self-care and self-love. After this, I'll be doing that. So thank you so much for that reminder, Iba Rashid. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Like I was saying, I might have some unpopular opinions about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, but we're going to do it. I want to first kick off with the fact that my conspiracy theory was confirmed last night on the finale. If you guys have been watching, if you go back and watch my old episodes, I have always said the real reason why Meredith is beefing with Jen and the real reason why Meredith was beefing with Lisa had nothing to do with Brooks. It had everything to do with, in season 1, when Jyn Shaw thought that the reason why she wasn't being invited to places, that Meredith had canceled on her, was because she was going to hang out with Mary Cosby instead. But the truth was, it was a whole Brooks thing. And then Jyn Shaw got all in her feelings and spilled the tea about Meredith being in a basically either separated from her husband or in some type of open marriage situation. And now she was going up to New York City, all alleged, whatever, and basically was just doing the damn thing, like a la, Luann and Ramona, just all up on the Upper East Side, dipping it and doing it, busting it wide, right? So she let that whole tea spill. That has what I was saying the whole time. And then Lisa got into her feelings because she had been co-signing Meredith, being like, Jyn's a liar, Jyn's a liar, she's this, she's that. And then all of a sudden it came out and Meredith was like, yeah, you're right, I was dipping it and doing it, busting it wide in upper New York, in the upper east side, right? And then Lisa was just like, hold up, I thought I was your chick. I thought I was your BFF. I've been out here, stunting for you. Turns out you actually were the liar and Jyn actually was telling the truth. And I think that's why Lisa became so close to Jyn. And then Meredith didn't like it because Meredith was just like, you need to be loyal to me no matter what, even though the whole time you had been lying to Lisa's face, fronting, in Lisa's word, your family who poses, acting like you had this perfect family, when the truth was you and Seth were busting it wide open all over America. So that all came out last night. So that was cool. Hey, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Gen X's, can't believe I caught a live. Yay, I'm so happy that you're here. What is up? What is up? I was supposed to do this live yesterday, but I was waiting on my new equipment. So if anything goes out, if you can't hear me or anything happens, let me know in the chat box because I got my new equipment. So we're doing it today, guys. Hey, Miss Bernice, what's up, sweetheart? She goes, they really pissing me off the way they treated Mary. Okay, Miss Bernice, okay. I have an unpopular opinion. Still love me, Miss Bernice. Please still rock with me. But I might have an unpopular opinion on this. Okay. I don't think Mary got treated that differently from the other or any other housewife, if that makes sense. Like, to me, Mary just is a standard housewife. Like, she's a housewife. She has allegedly shady, fraudulent business dealings, a shady past. Name one housewife who doesn't have that. I think she is very shady. She throws like very daggers. She does it in a very calm, classy way, a la like Lisa Vanderpump, where she will just say something to you and it'll cut you to your white meat, and you're like, whoa. But I don't think that Mary was actually treated that differently than how Lisa was treated or how other housewives have been treated. And it's not like Mary did nothing. Mary was throwing bones. Mary was stirring the pot. Mary has a questionable past. It's not like Mary is like some angel here. You know what I mean? So I'm not really sure how they did Mary any dirtier than the dirt that they do to other housewives as well. Like, I don't think that she was treated all that differently. And if you disagree with me, let me know. Like, open my eyes to it. Put it in the chat box. Let me know if you see it differently. And I'll drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Miss Bernice, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link now. Okay. To join, if you want to join, you're welcome to join. But I just didn't see Mary being treated differently. Was she treated in a foul way? Yeah, but Mary has been foul herself, and a lot of the housewives have been treated in a foul way. So maybe that's an unpopular opinion, and Mary has grown on me, because in season 1, I was like, who is this Mary chick? But she's really, really grown on me. But I don't think that she's been treated so badly or differently than any other housewife has been treated. But let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know what you think. Okay, so let's see. Even I see this justice for Mary. See, you guys gotta let me know. Gen X says, how is Mary so mad about the Brooke situation, only to put full makeup on TV a few minutes later? LOL. Exactly. That's what I was saying the whole time. Meredith, you are lying, allegedly, in my opinion. Sure, you were probably a little pissed off about what happened with Brooks and the tech and the tweeting and all that stuff. But the real reason why Meredith was pissed was because Jyn put her business on Front Street. And I think Meredith was like, you and I both were doing dirt. You and I both were up in New York, busting it wide, doing it, all that stuff. But now you want to come and put my business out on Front Street because it's on Mad Day. Because again, I think Jyn Shaw thought that Meredith was dissing her for Mary, but Meredith had dissed her because of Brooks. So I think that miscommunication got Jyn Shaw in her feelings, and then the whole thing with Lisa. So that's what I think happened there. But yeah, it's just a bunch of BS. It's just a bunch of BS. And when it comes to Brooks, I do believe children are off limits, but to me, it's like a Gia situation. When your child is an adult and when your child inserts themselves in grown folks' business and they want to act like an adult and they don't respect the elders in the room, then if they catch some heat, then they catch some heat. But I'm talking about adult children, like 18 and over type stuff. I'm talking about the Gias and the Brooks. Brooks wanted to get on this show. He wanted to be a friend of, or whatever you want to call it. He wanted to be like a B team housewife. He got up there. He said very disrespectful things about Jen. You know what I mean? Like, Jen is his elder in the situation. He has known Jen for a very long time. And he got up there and said all types of things about her body parts. So turnabout is fair play. Brooks is an adult. And he threw the first shots. Do I think that Jen may have went a little too far with the tweets and all that stuff? Yeah, but at the same, and also I'm not agreeing with the context. Obviously, I never think it's okay to go after somebody's sexuality or alleged sexuality or identity. Obviously, I don't co-sign the content of it by any means. But at the same time, if you're gonna act like an adult and you want to play in the adult sandbox, don't be mad when you get sand in your eye. But when I also think about that is Meredith literally was just mad because Jen put her business on Front Street. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Conspiracy confirmed. Exactly. My conspiracy theory. It was confirmed last night and the one before when Lisa went off on her tirade talking about she's a whore, she's dead everything buddy in New York, why you're not my friend anymore, blah, 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 blah. Totally. Okay, so Livre says, hi, when Lisa had her tantrums, the girls went to find her and comfort her. Mary got assaulted. The glass may not have hit her, but still, and nobody thought this was wrong. They shouldn't be violent. Okay, I will get to the glass throwing part. I think you're totally correct there. Hey, Love and Light Natalie. Hi, Candy. I love your perseverance. Keep going, my love. Your number one London fan. Good vibes. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Mwah. Yes. Oh, and listen, in the candy shop, we high vibe. We're high vibe. I love you, Natalie. Thank you, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to get to Livre's point about the glass being thrown at Mary. Okay. In that particular situation, let me read Young Rich and then we'll get to it just to make sure. Okay, so Young Rich says, Jenny was a ghetto heathen fool. She deserved prison time. Mary could have been seriously damaged and blinded by that glass cutting her eye. Okay, all right, yes, we'll get to that. Okay. Hey, Randa Diva says, the issue with Jen and Brooke started when she came to his home and exposed herself. I don't care how adult my child is, that's inappropriate. Okay, when it comes to that, to me, it's also intentionality. I don't think Jen came to Meredith's house intentionally trying to expose herself to her children. Like, come on. All of the cameras were there. They were having a fun kiki. It was supposed to be a girls' night. So, yeah, I mean, and Brooks was right up in there the whole entire time, literally just trying to get camera time. I don't think anybody thinks Jyn Shaw was like, let me go to Meredith's house and expose myself to her son. No, come on now. I think that if Brooks and Meredith thought that Jen was actually being inappropriate, then they should have had a side conversation with Jen about what was going on. What they did was they took shots and made fun of her and made it into this whole joke in the confessionals and behind Jen's back. And Brooks was like, well, I don't want you hanging out with Jen because she made me uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. And then Meredith never even told Jen why. She just said, I can't hang out with you. And that's why Jen misinterpreted it as, oh, you're not hanging out with me because you're taking Mary's side or hanging out with Mary instead. And that's how this whole thing actually popped off. So the truth is, if Brooks literally, because I actually don't think he was offended, I think a lot of that was just puffing up. I think a lot of that was fodder. I think a lot of that was storyline. I don't think Brooks was in his heart offended by Jyn. I don't think he was like, oh my God, I can't believe Jyn Shaw came and showed me her coochie. Like, like I don't think that Brooks actually was offended by Jyn Shaw. I think it was a moment. I think he wanted camera time. I think he thought it would be like a fun, shots fired. I don't think he thought it was gonna blow up to the level that it did, but it did. Because if Meredith really thought that Jyn came over there to expose herself to her son, then Meredith would have addressed that to Jen's face in the moment, or at least right after. She never did. Jyn only found out about it from Twitter and from watching the show what the actual problem was. So to me, it's like, you can't be like, you were so inappropriate to my child, but yet you never even go and talk to that person. You know what it reminds me of? What's happening now on the Real Housewives of OC with Noella and Heather. And don't get me wrong, I love Heather Dubrow. I rock with her. I think she's cool. I love Noella too. But in this situation, I have to be on Noella's side, because to me, it's very similar. If Heather Dubrow actually thought Noella intentionally meant to give her child an inappropriate P-word gift, trust and believe Heather Dubrow would have checked Noella to her face right then and there. But instead, she ran around and talked to everybody except for Noella about it, because I think she saw, oh, Noella slipped up. She's given me some ammunition to now use to go talk about it behind her back, because I'm pissed off that she was saying stuff about me. Because I think and I believe that all of these women are great moms. I think any mother who feels that someone is truly being sexually inappropriate to their child checks that person. So that's why I'm just like kind of squinting at that. And that's why this whole thing, and that's why my conspiracy theory has been confirmed. It wasn't about Brooks. It wasn't about tweets. It wasn't about Jyn was over there drunk doing kickstands. It was all about the fact that Jyn got in her feelings because she thought that Meredith dissed her for Mary. And then it was Mad Day and she spilled the beans that her and Meredith was going up to New York and busting it wide open in New York for all of these men. And that Meredith and Seth were not this happy couple that they were pretending to be. They actually both were going off, dipping it, and doing it. That's what the whole situation has been about. And then Lisa was collateral damage because she was fronting for Meredith, but then she realized, oh, Meredith was actually the one who was lying. Jen was telling the truth the whole time. And in Meredith's mind, she was like, you should just be loyal to me no matter what, even though I was lying and made you like a fool and wasn't even telling you what was going on. That is what the crux of all of this drama has been. We'll get into Tweedledee and Tweedledum with Heather and Whitney. I can't even with that. But let's get now to the Mary sitch, right? So let's get to the Mary sitch. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying on here. Hey, Libre, but I do agree that he wanted camera time. Yep. And you guys, if I missed anybody's comment, I'm sorry. They go up really fast. So if I missed your comment, it's not on purpose. I'm sorry. So hey, Serial22. Hola. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? Hey, sunshine. Brooks thought this was going to be a cute, shady moment thinking about Jen privates. Exactly. He thought it was going to be a cute, shady moment, maybe make it into a meme. I don't think he thought it was going to blow up to what it was. But I don't think anybody thinks Jyn Shaw actually had any ill intent. Do you see what I'm saying? He was thirsty for a storyline like his mother, the Queen of Hearts. Exactly, Miss Bernice. Exactly. Hey, Raina Diva, and let's talk about intention. She wears no underwear and has her feet up in someone's home. I wouldn't do that even with underwear on. No, I understand what you're saying, Randa. But the thing is, people are different. And I think that was just Jen being Jen. That was just her being playful. And the thing is, Meredith and Jen have been friends for years. Meredith knows who Jen is. Jen has been around her children for years. This is nothing new. Like, nothing new at all. So let's get to Mary and Jenny. Okay, so when I say that I don't think Mary was treated any differently, let me make sure that I'm clear. I'm not talking about the wine glass throwing. That in and of itself, I think was really, really wrong and really, really dirty. And I do feel bad for Mary that no one came to check on her after Jenny threw the glass at her, at the ground, near here, where whatever, after Jenny did the glass. I do feel really bad for Mary in that capacity. So in that situation, I agree. It was really dead wrong. But you know what I have to say to that now that we're talking about it out loud? The person who did Mary wrong was Meredith. Because the whole season, if you think about it, and I'm talking it out loud with you guys, so like rock with me with this, okay? If you think about it, the whole season, Mary has been going to bat for Meredith. And Meredith, when it's convenient, has been going to bat for Mary, right? The whole season they've been talking about how it's so weird. Meredith and Mary are so close. You know, Meredith can say whatever she wants. Mary can say what they have, blah, blah, blah. So how come then, Meredith, when your number one fan, your number one supporter gets a glass thrown at her, you don't go and follow her when she storms off? Now, should Lisa comfort Mary? I don't know. Mary had been throwing jugulars at Lisa the whole time, calling her fake, calling her this, that, and the third. Mary has had no qualms going for these women's jugular. And it's entertaining. I like it. I'm here for it. I watch the show. So if I'm Lisa, I'm not really sure I'm going to comfort Mary. I love Lisa. I'm a Lisa Barlow stan, so we know how I feel about her. If I'm Whitney, I don't like Whitney, but putting myself in Whitney's situation, am I going to go comfort Mary after everything Mary has said to me? I don't know. Heather? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Jen? I don't know. But Meredith, 1,000% should have been the one to have checked on Mary and to make sure Mary was okay. And in that situation, in that particular moment, my heart does go out to Mary. I do think she was done dirty and done wrong. No one has the right to throw something at you, particularly a glass. No one has the right to be violent or to intimidate or to do anything like that towards you. So I am not co-signing what Jenny did. I think she went over the top. I think it was too much. I think it was uncalled for. Confronting Mary with your words all day, that's what the show is. Throwing something at her with no consequence. Well, Jenny's off the show, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. So in that situation, do I think Mary was done dirty? Yes. But it's funny that I think she was done the dirtiest by Meredith, who she was co-signing for the whole season. Where was her bestie then? See? Okay, let's see. Hey, Candace. She goes, I think they decided to come for Mary after season 1. It's been a coordinated effort from season 1. Okay, so listen, yes. So I agree with that. I think after season 1, when all the stuff came out about in like social media and the blogs on YouTube, when Mary's like cousins and uncles and ex-congregation members came out of the woodworks being like, she's a cult leader, she lied, her grandmother never wanted her to marry the dad, they stole all the family money. Again, this is all alleged, all of that stuff. I think they're like, okay, like we have a storyline. We have someone that we can point a finger at so no one squints too hard at us. Because wasn't there stuff going, like Whitney's husband, again, all alleged, just Google it though. Whitney's husband was being sued because his company was some type of like marketing scheme as well. That was really shady. No wonder she knew everything about Jen. Now we see everything that came out about Jen. Meredith and all of her extramarital affairs. Lisa, I don't know. I love Lisa. Lisa, I don't know what's going on there, but everybody else, Heather, there's probably some weird stuff in Heather's closet too. Well, yeah, you never know. So I agree it was. But I think where the disconnect is all of Mary's stuff came out before they started shooting, right? So all of Mary's stuff came out before they started shooting. So this is pre-production. So that's when they had the time to all get together and say, what are our storylines going to be? Who's going to be the villain? Who's going to not be the villain? Who are we going to go after? Blah, 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 blah. So I think you're right. It was very clear that they were going to go after Mary with all this church stuff that had came out about her. But then in production, while filming, Jyn Shaw gets arrested. And I think that's where that big disconnect is, where it's like, how come they're going so hard for Mary, but they're not going so hard for Jyn? Where I think that's because Mary's dirt came out before they started filming, so they had the time to coordinate what they were gonna do. But Jyn's stuff came out in real time. And I think it's like what happened with Erica Girardi in The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All of that stuff came out while they were filming. So I think it's really hard to, and of course they still do it, but I think it's harder to coordinate while filming versus when you have the pre-production time to coordinate. But I do agree with you on that one. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Randa, I understand that Meredith's husband went after her. I don't know when Meredith was then the glass throne. Oh, I understand that Meredith's husband went after her. Oh, surprised that you like Lisa. I love Lisa. Love. The one person on the show who's the least self-aware. I actually think Lisa Barlow is the most self-aware of all of them, and I think that's why they come after her so much. Because the thing is, Lisa Barlow doesn't actually need their validation. It's like her tagline says, like, I don't need you to like me, I love myself enough for the both of us. And I think that when people are actually confident in who they are and they don't need your validation, I think people who are insecure get very irritated and triggered by people like that. Look at Whitney. Whitney's entire being is triggered by Lisa Barlow. You make me feel less than. Oh, I finally got a Lisa Violet invitation. Oh, Lisa, like she was right. They do count Lisa Barlows in their sleep. I think Lisa Barlow is extremely self-aware. I think she knew I think she knew signing up for the show, what she wanted to get out of it. I think she has a very beautiful family. I think she has a great business. I think she's really confident. And I think she's right. They do want to break her, and they're all going after her because I think they want what Lisa Barlow has. I love Lisa. I love it. I love her. Hey, Bernice, Whitney better go to Vegas and work in a strip club to get the family money back. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. And let me know if I'm echoing, because I got new equipment. If I'm echoing, let me know. Okay. Let's get into it, Miss Bernice. I'm happy you brought this up. Okay. Whitney. You guys know I am not here for Whitney, Tweedledee. Well, no, Heather's Tweedledee and Whitney's Tweedledum. I'm not here for them. We have seen them literally make up stories, and then they go back and report them as if it's fact, stir the pot, and then lie and be like, Lisa said it. Oh, Meredith said it. Well, no, Mary said it. And it's just like, no, Whitney and Heather, you two literally got together and made up stuff, planted these little lies around, and then saying other people said it. It's like we're watching it in real time. It's insane. And Whitney, boo-boo girl, how did you spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on a rebrand on a skincare line? Where can you buy it? Where is Wild Rose? Where can you buy it? I'm so confused. And then she also spent 3/4 of the show wearing Iris and Bo stuff. Like literally at one of the photo shoots, everything said Iris and Bo, but yet she was doing this alleged rebrand of Wild Rose. I'm so confused. I don't understand how that rebrand, how that one little dink-a-dink photo shoot and her launch party, which literally looked like an average night out in LA for me, how she spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Either A, she's lying, B, she's just horrible with money to a degree that I don't understand, or C, she just got conned by people who were like, okay, here's a person who has money that she doesn't know what she's doing, let's just gouge her. I don't get it. Whitney, I could have done your rebrand. I could have thrown that party. I could have done that photo shoot for way under the alleged hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars that you sent. Your husband, I don't understand why he would risk, because this is the thing. He's right. The husband is older. They have 2 young children, well, youngish. And he also has 2 older children from his first marriage. Remember? Because Whitney and him were cheaters. Like he was married, she was married, and they were cheating on their spouses with each other. So from his first marriage, he already has at least 2 kids. I know he has like at least 2 sons. And then with Whitney, he has a boy and a girl. So that's at least 4 kids. He's getting up there, and she allegedly has squandered their entire family savings. I don't know how they're still married. I don't know how that's working out. I don't get it. I just don't. And then also in the season finale, and let me know what you guys think about this. I was so uncomfortable. I was so cringing when, and this is the thing, I like Whitney's husband a lot. I actually think he's really funny. I think he's really down to earth. He seems pretty cool. But when he walked in and Whitney was wearing that like red V coochie cutter outfit, and it was like, oh, pop the champagne and like drink it from here. And then they went in the room and he was like smacking her butt. And it made me feel like I wanted to bomb. It gave me, do you guys remember in Real Housewives of Atlanta when Cynthia had the scene where she was giving Peter like the massage rub down, and like her ex walked in and was like, oh, I have to go, and he like walked out. It gave me those vibes, but in a much creepier way. Like it just really creeped me out. I was like, what is going on? I don't want to see this. This is too much. Like they could have had a really sexy romantic dinner or something like that. It also gave me, in a different way, remember Real House of Potomac when Ashley was dressed up? Was she wearing like a leopard and she was trying to be all sexy for Michael, and he was just like totally turned off by her? Like obviously Whitney's husband was into it, but still like these scenes are just so cringy and just so gross. And I was like, what is going on? And then at the party, she was like, oh, I want a shot of tequila because I want to get blackout. And I'm just like, Whitney girl. Whitney girl, like you need to rein it in all the way in. What is going on? And the thing is, some of the stuff that Whitney does would be kind of like cute and endearing, albeit a little sad, but it would be cute and endearing if she wasn't so conniving. Like she literally just made stuff up. Oh, it must be Meredith who ratted Jyn out to the feds because Meredith wasn't on the Sprinter bus. Make that make sense. What? Oh, Lisa was bringing up the fact that like Meredith's father's memorial was on a Tuesday, but Heather said it was on a Monday. So why would Lisa say that? First of all, Lisa was just on the bus on the phone, and she literally thought Meredith was at the memorial and was just like, oh, I feel so bad interrupting their family. I'm just trying to give you the tea, girl. Jyn Shaw, the feds just came. Clearly that was simply a miscommunication, which I think could happen to anybody. Monday, Tuesday, your friend's not there at the memorial. You don't know what day it is. She's not here. It must be why, whatever. It clearly was a miscommunication that then Heather and Whitney ran with. But then they went to Meredith being like, why did Lisa say this? You gotta watch. Like, I'm telling you, that is what happened. And Lisa was like, I didn't say that. They came to us with that stuff. And it's true. Go back and watch. Remember when Heather said directly to Whitney, she said verbatim, Nancy drew it. She said Nancy drew it to Whitney. And then Whitney went and like made up some story. And that is literally what happened. It's crazy. That's what you guys are saying. Hey, Young Rich, I threw up. Me too. It was so nasty. It was so nasty. I should sue Bravo for that mess. I know. I'm still recovering. That was sick and twisted. It was so nasty. It was so nasty. Hey, Candace, that sunshine shot. It upset me to the point that I had to stop watching the show. Oh, what did? Oh, the comments are going so fast. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to try and go back up to get your comments, guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sunshine says, I guess that part I'm missing is why is it wrong that Mary pays Jenny dust? Like, if she doesn't want to talk to her, she doesn't have to. Is it mean? Yes, and so what? See, that's the thing, Sunshine. I agree with you. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. I don't think Mary is any different than any other housewife. Like, they pay dust to who they want to pay dust to. It's whatever. They don't get along. I do agree that Jenny throwing the glass was too much. And I think that did cross a line. And I think if anyone was to come and check on Mary, it should have been Meredith. Hey, Young Rich, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City has a good run. Sad to see it end like this. Yeah. Miranda said, love you, Candy will agree to send Lisa. Yes, I told Miranda, I love you too, sweetheart. I told you, I might have the unpopular opinion, but I love Lisa Barlow. That's my girl. And I love you, Randa. Thank you for coming through. Hey, Philly John, at Sunshine, right? Mary is an adult and can choose who she wants to be friends with. I agree with you 100%. She 100%. Levo, I agree with you about Lisa when it comes to Heather and Whitney. Yep, the Mary situation was definitely planned by Lisa out of jealousy for Mary and Meredith's friendship. Ooh. Oh, wait, so you think that Lisa planned something with Mary? Situation with Jenny throwing the glass? Is that what you're saying? Let me know. Hey, Randa. She goes, I do agree about planned efforts to go after Mary. I agree. Even though Jen's arrest put a snag in their plans, could it be that the scenes that they weren't shown is the reason why Mary was so disconnected with them? That's a good point. Hey, sunshine, and that's all I'm saying at Philly John. It's ridiculous how they treat Mary. They say that she is so mean if they want to be her friend. You know, that is a really good point, because it's true. It's like they say, it's almost like the Lisa thing. You guys, you know I love Lisa. I'm sorry, just rock with me. It's almost like the Lisa thing. It's like, oh, Lisa, you're so stuck up. Oh, Lisa, you're so into yourself. But Lisa, please be my friend. Please invite me to places. Please like me. Same thing with Mary. Oh, Mary's so mean. She's so cruel, blah, blah, blah. But Mary, please like me. Please like me. Whitney at the end, I'm so sorry, Mayor. I'm so sorry, Mayor. Oh, Mary, why don't you like Jenny? Why don't you be friends with her? It's the same thing. It's like, well, if you think these people are so horrible and so mean, why are you so pressed to be in their presence? Why are you so pressed to be friends with them? And I agree. Mary is a grown woman. She is allowed to say, I don't want to be friends with you. And have that be okay. You don't have to be friends with everyone. Meredith said it. She said, I don't want to be friends with Jen. she said it. Hey, but I see you got money to blow when you're doing fraud, LOL. Allegedly. Yep. Hey, Philly Sean. I agree with you about Lisa. I've learned that we all have different perspectives. I like when we can respectively disagree. Yeah. Hey, Sandra James. She's like, barf. Hey, Young Rich goes, I threw up. It was so gross. It was so nasty. Hey, Miss Brady says, I'm still recovering and I was sick and twisted. Okay, all right. I think we are catching up. Yay, okay. All right. Philly Johnson, Sunshine, yes, Mary has been problematic at times. Yep. However, in this instance, the friend group failed her. I wish they was there to handle Jenny's racist A's. I agree 100%. I think Mary has been problematic, but I also don't think she has been more problematic than any other housewife. Jyn Shaw is literally going to federal court. Erica Girardi is being sued every other day. Teresa Giudice went to, I think, federal prison. She went to some prison. And that's just the most notable one. But a lot, Dorit has been sued. She's been sued. All of that stuff. So I do think Mary is problematic, but not more so than any other housewife. And I do think they failed her at the end. Like, someone should have went and checked on her. If Seth did go, that's really nice, but Meredith should have went because that's her friend. Hey, Randa, that whole Meredith turned Jyn in was such a non-starter. Exactly. That is how I know the feds and South that is not how they work. Exactly, Randa. Exactly. It was such like BS. It's like you literally just made something up to stir the pot up and to try and like conquer and divide people. Hey, Darren Hood, what Jenny did was unacceptable to Mary. I agree 100%. 1,000% unacceptable. You don't do that. You just don't. Hey, Natalia. She goes, Jenny's Instagram post is disturbing. I saw the ones that she did on Facebook, and I believe those are the ones that got her fired from the show. When it comes to Jenny, it's like, did we also, okay, thank you for bringing this up. Rock with me. I think Jenny has deep emotional anger issues. Did we forget that she literally said in her confessional that she got so angry that she threw something at her husband and broke his ribs? Remember that? And then I think she wanted to go out and this is alleged because I can't remember exactly what she said. And then she went out and said it was like a bag of chips and a remote control or something like that. I believe a remote control, if you throw it hard enough, could crack a rib. Almost anything could crack a rib if you throw it hard enough. So if you look at Jenny through that lens, I see why she pops off. I'm not excusing it, obviously, but I'm just saying it just shows that she's got some stuff going on. Like she's got some anger. She broke her husband's ribs. That's domestic violence. If you had flipped that and you had her husband go on there and said, I got so angry at my wife, I threw something at her and cracked her ribs. Could you imagine the uproar? Could you imagine it? If the husband said, I got so mad at my wife, I broke her ribs. Could you imagine it? But that's what she did. She literally said she got so mad, she threw something at her husband and broke his ribs. That is domestic violence. And how are we not talking about that with Jenny? Her post, racist, extremely problematic, extremely anti-Black, all of that stuff. She's got some problems. Jenny has got some problems. She really does. But how are we not talking about that? That is domestic violence. If my partner got mad at me and he threw something at me and broke my ribs, you better believe he would be in jail ASAP. 100%. If anybody threw something at me and broke my ribs, they would be in jail. But particularly my person, my partner. How are we not talking about this domestic violence that Jenny literally just got up there and said like it was like no big deal? Like, oh, then I had to go to anger management. Ha 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 ha. Like, what? I'm happy you went to anger management, but clearly you need to go back because now you're up here popping off every single second and throwing glasses at people. How are we not talking about that? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. It's insane. One thing I don't, again, this might be an unpopular opinion, but we're here with Candy, so we all agree to disagree, and we can still love each other because I love you guys. I don't agree with the narrative around Jenny's black scent. And I'll tell you why. Do I think Jenny is racist? Yes. Do I think Jenny is anti-Black? Yes. Do I think Jenny has anger issues? Yes. And this is all based on the things she has said on her Instagram, the things she has said on her Facebook post, all of that stuff. Do I think Jenny does a black scent on purpose as a way to taunt Black people or to taunt Mary? No. I actually think it's a stereotype that when people or women in particular put a little bit of attitude, put a little bit of bass, put a little bit of like, you not messing with me in their voice, all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're talking ghetto, you're talking Black, you're talking a black scent. No, maybe that's just how people talk when they're pissed off. That's just kind of how I think of it when it comes to the only when it comes to the black scent narrative, because I actually think the undercurrent of that is that Black people are ignorant, Black people are violent, Black people have attitudes, Black people talk this way, so I actually think it's reaffirming a negative stereotype about Black people. I don't think that when people say it, they mean it that way. But when you actually dissect it, it's like, oh, so when Jenny's just like talking whatever, that's fine. But the moment she gets upset, the moment she asserts herself, all of a sudden she's acting Black. Why is that? You see what I'm saying? Like when you really dig apart some of these stereotypes, some of these labels, it's like when people say oh, you speak so well, or you're so eloquent. What, for a Black person? Why? Because Black people, you know what, you see what I'm saying? So when you get, and I don't think that the majority of people, when they say that to her, actually understand the implications of what it is. But I do think that Jenny is problematic. I'm happy she's off the show. I think she needs to get some help. I think she needs to get some anger management help. I think she probably needs some racial sensitivity training. And a lot of times, there's also the misconception that just because you're a minority means that you're not racist. There are so many minority groups who are particularly racist against Black people. We deal with colorism, being self-hate against each other. We deal with racism from other minorities all of the time. So it's not, so just because Jenny is Asian doesn't mean she can't be racist against other cultures and races and all of that stuff. But I don't like it when they say, oh, she has a Black set. She's being ghetto, all of that stuff. Well, no, maybe she's just pissed off and that's how she talks when she's pissed off. Why does getting upset and doing that have to be, oh, you're acting Black? What are you trying to say about being Black then? See what I'm saying? Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Young Rich. Yes, Lisa and Heather was encouraging Jenny and cheering her on. See, that is so, okay. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that part because that I don't like. That I don't like. Lavera, Lisa planned the Mary being the leader of a cult storyline. The guy that died with Lisa's friend, why did he have a mic on at her event? Well, I think he had a mic on at the event because he was there and talking and all of that stuff. I don't know. Hey, Ramona. Bravo would have kept Jen, but social media called her out. This is the thing. Bravo... Listen, I'm not even going to start with Bravo or Ramona, but no lies detected. No lies detected. Hey, Miss Bernice. She goes, Sailor Moon couldn't take it that Mary totally ignored her. If I don't rock with you, you're not a factor in my world. Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Hey, Levo. She goes, I think Jen is completely to blame for her behavior. Although Lisa not caring that someone was assaulted at her event is not classy. Let's say that. Listen, even though I stan Lisa, I have to be honest. I agree. I think that if it is your event, if it's your home, if it's whatever, if any of your guests gets assaulted, because I do think her throwing at that could have been assault. I don't know like the legalities of it. I do think that Lisa should have checked on Mary, but I think I think Meredith even more so because she's the one she was rocking with. I do think that it was really wrong and really dirty for all of the women to just let Mary kind of feel like disposed of almost, right? Like it didn't matter. So to that, I agree. I love Lisa, but I will hold her feet to the fire when she's wrong. And I do agree she should have stepped in and said something to Mary in that particular time. I will also say this. I wish Mary came to the reunion. I think the reunion would have been much better. It would have been more fire. And I think that it would have been great to have Mary look at them and say, you did me wrong in this moment. You did me dirty in this moment. And I would have loved Mary to have held Meredith accountable for not checking on her friend, who this entire season, and also a big reason why all the other women don't rock with her, and be like, why didn't you come and check on me, friend? So yeah, I agree. Hey, but she Cray says she cracked her husband's ribs with a remote. Yup, she did. Yup, she did. And I'm like, how is that okay? How is that okay? Hey, Natalia. She goes, she posted something when the last episode aired. Oh, Jenny. That's why you got fired, Jen. Hey, ADM. She goes, Jenny is a mess. Yes, Jenny is a mess. Hey, how are you? Thank you, ADM. Candace says, does Jenny use her black scent when speaking to anyone other than Mary? I think she does. I think she gets the black scent whenever she gets upset. I think she does, but I think that she's just been more upset with Mary than any of the other castmates, except for the fact she did get upset with Meredith because Meredith had did the whole, and she got upset with Jen too, because Meredith did say she got the private investigator. Jenny gave Jen the heads up about the private investigator, and then Jen sort of turned on Jenny when Meredith was like, well, I got it for everyone, which was just a whole hot mess, this whole situation. So I do think she does the black scent just when she's upset. I don't think the black scent is only for Mary, if that makes sense. But again, I still think Jenny is very, very problematic. Like, don't get me wrong. I am by no means condoning her behavior. I am by no means making light of it. I'm by no means saying she isn't who she is. Just only when it comes to the black scent, I think it's being conflated with the other issues, if that makes sense. Hey Natalia, she goes, yellow skin, slanted eyes, mocking my accent, Jenny from the good, and finally little Asian. That was my breaking point. After she said she didn't throw the glass at anyone, she threw it on the floor. Yeah, yeah. Just a mess. Thank you, Natalia. Hey, Philly John. She goes, Jenny knows who to pop off on. She better stay in Utah with the white adjacent shenanigans. Jenny does use the black scent adjusting Mary. Her tone changes. Her neck starts to roll. Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's actually exactly my point, though. I think a lot of people, when they get upset, their neck will roll. They'll get a little bit of different bass in their voice. And then it's like, oh, you're trying to be black or you're acting black. That's a black scent. But what does that actually mean? And what are you actually trying to imply? That, do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she doesn't do these things. I think she does do them, obviously. But what I'm saying is that saying it's a black scent and saying it's just because of Mary, I think it's conflating the fact that Jenny is problematic. I think it's conflating the fact that Jenny does have problems with anger and race and all of that stuff with the underlying societal stereotype and prejudice that, oh, you talking this way, you gyrating that's ghetto, that's black, that's this, that. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but what you're saying is my point. Why is it when someone does this or they get an attitude or whatever, oh, you act in black? So what does it mean to act black? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not defending Jenny by any means. She was dead ass wrong. 100% she was wrong. She was wrong. She was wrong. She was racist, anti-black, anti-BLM, all of it. Literally talking about she broke her husband's ribs, like throwing glasses at people. She was dead wrong. I'm just saying the black scent part of it, I think, is a part of the problem. Why is it when someone does that stuff, oh, you act in this, you act in that, blah, blah, blah. It just goes back into stereotypes of what does it mean to be black and what does it mean to be white? What does it mean to be this? What does it mean to be that? It just feeds into those stereotypes. That's all I'm saying there. Okay, you guys, if you guys are having fun, I know I'm having fun. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, drop your candy canes, share this kiki with the friends, because we doing it, and we doing it well. Yes. Let's see what else happened on this episode, you guys. What else is going on? Okay, let's see what the comments are saying. Okay, let's see. Okay. Hey, Rhonda, I hope I said it correctly, sweetheart. She goes, I do think Jenny has some deep-seated issues. I agree 100%, but here's where she loses me. Okay. Sorry. The same person who got you so mad, you broke the ribs, felt comfortable proposing a sister wife. Listen. I think, and you guys let me know if you agree. I think the sister wife thing was nothing but a storyline. Nothing but a storyline. I don't think he wanted a real sister wife. I want to be careful with my next sentence because I don't like to speak on people's children. I'm not even sure he wanted another kid. Are we sure that, I'm not talking about the miscarriages because I will never in my life speak on another woman's womb. It's not my place. I know my place, and it's never to speak on another woman's body. So I'm not going to talk about the miscarriages at all. Not my place. But I will say, I'm not sure her whole storyline about them wanting another kid and the sister wife was true. Like, do we think that's true? Or do we think that she just needed something to talk about? She needed an issue, she needed drama, she needed conflict. So I'm torn there. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the chat box. Do you think the wanting a sister wife and wanting another child was just a storyline, or do you think it was true? There's a part of me that is kind of calling BS. That is kind of like, this might have just been a storyline. But I think she did break his ribs because she said it so nonchalantly. You know what I mean? Who knows? Hey, Candace. Mary wasn't mocking her eyes. Her comment was ignorant, but she thought she was giving her a compliment. I agree, Candace. I agree. I agree 100%. Where I think Mary went wrong with the slanted eyes comment, I agree with you. I think that her comment was 100% ignorant. I don't think it was malicious by any means. And that's why intentionality matters, right? We were talking about earlier with Jen. What she did was, her comment was very ignorant. I don't think it was malicious. Where Mary did the misstep when it came to the slanted eyes was when Jenny brought it up to the group at Whitney's party, and then Mary doubled down on it. She got defensive straight away and was just like, well, I do like slanted eyes or something like that. That's where Mary misstepped, because I was with Mary up until that point. I agree. I don't think she was being malicious. I think she just said it. It was ignorant because I don't think she realized saying it would be racially insensitive. But when someone comes to you, even someone you don't like, when another human being comes to you and says, what you said hurt me and this is why it hurts me, and then you double down on it, that's when you lose me. I mean, at the end, she came back and was just like, well, I'm sorry, I won't go there again, because she realized it. But when you double down on it, that's when it hurts. That's when you lose me. Because I don't care who you are. You could be someone I don't rock with by any means. But if I say something to you, even though I know my intentions weren't bad, and you say, you know what, Candy, when you said this, it really hurt me, I'm going to say, you know what? That was not my intent. Thank you for telling me, and I'm so sorry. If Mary would have said that, what winner of the day? But when she misstepped by doubling down, because I don't think she meant it in a bad way, and I don't think she was intentionally trying to be hurtful. Hey, Young Rich. Jenny was very ghetto, throwing glass at a woman, especially when it had nothing to do with her. Very unbecoming and thug-like behavior. Not thug life. Not thug life, Young Rich. Hey, Jen. You're saying it right. Jenny does it. Jenny doing it confirms her racism. This is how she sees Black people. Exactly. Hey, Darren Hood. Jenny is all of the above. Yeah. Exactly. Hey, Nataski. She says, I'm late. It's okay. Replay gang. Replay gang. All good. Hey, Philly John. I understand your point, Candy. Okay. Sometimes I go on a rant, you guys. You just gotta rock with me. You just gotta rock with me. Hey, Darren Hood. I felt like Jenny didn't really have a storyline. Exactly. Jenny's storyline was beefing with Mary and this fake sister wife extra child thing that I don't think was true. I don't think Dewey wanted another kid. I don't think Dewey was honestly wanting a sister wife. I think that was all to give her a storyline, because other than that, what did Jenny have going on? She stirred the pot with Jyn Shaw about the private investigator with Meredith. She played a really good right hand to Lisa. And then beefing with Mary. But like, what was like Jenny's storyline? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's reacting to Mary. She's being Lisa's BFF. But what was Jenny's actual arc? Like, what does she have going on? Like, Lisa Barlow, they just love to talk about her. She has Vita, all of that stuff going on. Heather has Beauty Lab, and Heather is always making up stories. Whitney had her fake Wild Rose skincare line. Let me stop. Allegedly doing that. Meredith didn't really have a storyline either, actually. I mean, she has her whole like jewelry collection, but that was just like 15 minutes at the very end. It wasn't really woven into the show. I guess her extramarital affairs and all of that stuff. But Jenny didn't really have one. Hey, Eva the Shade, I get what you're saying about the black sin. It's like the flip side of sounding white. Exactly. Slavery did a number on this world. Exactly, Eva the Shade. That's what I mean. Thank you. You explained it for me. Thank you. That's exactly what I mean. Yep. Hey, Nataski, I'm so confused by the Jenny scene. Something seemed off. She displayed psychotic behavior and really no one reacted, almost like it was cut and paste. It was weird because she kept like popping off and she kept like, no, you're going to talk to me, Mary. No, blah, blah, blah. Well, you weren't nice to me. And it was actually Whitney who was trying to talk to Mary. And then Jen was trying to eavesdrop. And then Jenny joined. And then Jenny inserted herself into Whitney and Mary's conversation. Then Mary wanted to get up and walk away and have Whitney come and talk. And then Jenny just kept following her, yelling at her, and then throwing the stuff at her. It was really bizarre, to say the least. Hey, court document, not court documents. Didn't her niece say the Sister Act story was BS? Yep. She told us way before she told us. Hey, Randa. She goes, I agree. Mary was ignorant in that moment. And the fact is, she's ignorant about a lot of things, including not knowing how to double down on a racial insensitive comment when you're called out. Exactly. Not to double down. Exactly. Yep. Hey, Nataski. Also, did anyone catch Whitney and her husband grossly dry humping in the end? At least it's a bit. Yes, I saw that. I saw it literally scream. It was so nasty. She was like straddling him, and I forgot what she was saying. She was just like, oh, so gross. So gross. Ugh. I never like it when they use their sex life as a plot point. Like, no more robotic sex for us. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you're on a reality show, but we don't need your sexual life to be a plot point. Figure something else out. You losing your family saving was a plot point. Your Wild Rose flopping was a plot point. You being shady and literally making up on camera when Heather told you to Nancy Drew it, you literally just made something up, plot point. You then going around telling everybody as it was fact, dropping little lies in everybody's ear, plot point. Then lying and saying it came from other people. Oh, Meredith said, oh, Lisa said, oh, Mary said, blah, 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 plot point. You had enough plot points, Whitney, okay? We didn't need to see you and your husband. I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Nataski, Meredith is creepy to me. You know what it is with Meredith? You know what it is with her? It's like, and I want to say this in a good way, because I don't want to say something that comes across bad, because I don't mean it in a bad way. It's like, what are you on? You know what I mean? And I say that allegedly. I say it in like a fun, like not a real way, because I never want to like put any false rumors about anybody out there like that. But when it comes to Meredith, it's like, what do you want? Because she's kind of like, no one's gonna talk about my family. What? Mary, Lisa, Seth. It's like, Brooks, no one's gonna talk about my family. It's like, what is happening? Like, hello. It's like that. It's like, what's going on? Like, I agree with you. I agree with you. Hey, Randa. She goes, I agree. Mary was ignorant in that moment. Yup. In fact, she was there a lot. Clean that double. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got that one. Thank you, Randa. I agree with you, sweetheart. Hey, Nataski. She goes, it was like she had Tourette's and no one told her to calm down. True. Hey, Philly John. Meredith's jewelry was basic. Also, the pajamas confused me. The whole situation confused me. The whole situation confused me. All of it. Honestly, it goes without saying, because you guys already know, I felt the MVP of the season and the best scene of the season was Lisa Barlow's hot mic moment. She basically said what everyone was thinking, and she just laid it all out there. And this is another reason why I think Lisa was so mad and really popped off, because again, I'm gonna tell you why. When Lisa, this was at the last trip they went, when Lisa went into Meredith's room that night and was like, hey girl, this is the deal. On the Sprinter van, we were all talking about when your father's memorial was, did it actually happen, blah, 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 blah. In that moment, I really believe Lisa was trying to give Meredith a heads up. She was trying to do a solid and be like, listen, this is what we talked about. This is what's coming for you, so you can get ahead of it. I think Meredith has not really been rocking with Lisa because she was pissed that Lisa became friends with Jyn after Jyn exposed the affair. Ever since then, Meredith really has not been rocking with Lisa. Let's just call a spade a spade. Meredith has not been rocking with Lisa ever since Lisa stayed friends with Jyn. So I think the fact that it's like when you're not rocking with someone, you can't receive what they're saying in the same way. And that's why that morning, Meredith lost her damn mind and was like screaming like, you can't talk about my family, my father, blah, blah, blah. And she went so crazy. And Lisa was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I think in that moment, I think Lisa had been trying to save and salvage her friendship with Meredith, but she just realized that, like, you don't have my back, you don't trust me, we're actually not friends. And then at the table, when Meredith was sticking up for Mary and kind of was just like, whatever to Lisa, she just like popped off and she was just like done with it. And I do think it was a hot mic moment. Like, obviously she knew that she was being recorded, but I think she just saw red and was just like, I'm going off and I'm going out. I don't think she planned that. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hey, Young Rich. I'll just watch your reviews for this show, child. So excluding Mava and Jenny, would you bring back and who would you get rid of? Okay. I would bring everyone back. Honestly. I don't like Whitney and Heather, but they understand their assignment. I want Lisa, who I love, to stay in her confidence. Don't let them break her, because that's what they want. Insecure people want to break confident people to make themselves feel better about them not having confidence. It just is what it is. Call a spade a spade. I think we've all been in a place where we have had someone who wants to bring us down a peg or two, or who wants to talk about us behind our back, or who wants to do whatever, shade us or be mean to us, all of that stuff. I think everyone has experienced someone who wants to bring them down to make themselves feel better. So I hope Lisa doesn't take the bait, and I hope she doesn't trust Whitney and Heather. I don't want to see that, because Whitney and Heather, Lisa, they mean you no good. They don't like you, and they're never going to like you. And that's just how it is. I'm happy Jenny's gone. I actually wish Mary would come back, because she actually grew on me. She did. She grew on me. So I wish that she'd come back, but I don't know, maybe some new blood. I want maybe some new housewives and stuff, but we need to vet these people. Angie, I don't want to see Angie back. That little fake friend, Angie, the one who got wasted and fell down. Bye-bye, Angie. And I also don't want to see that blonde girl back, the one who went on who on January 6th went down to DC at the Capitol riots. Like, I don't want to see these people on my screen. I don't want to see these people. I don't want to see them. Do your due diligence, Bravo. My family. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Natasky, it seems like I agree with you all the time. Yes, I love it. My little candy canes. I love you guys. Yes, my candy canes. We're just so candy. Natasky says Jen felt a certain type of way when she found out last year how Meredith has been keeping all the secrets from her. Exactly. Yep. Hey, Joanne, did you see the prices of Meredith jewelry? Girl, no, because I ain't buying it. Okay? But I bet it's like astronomical. Insane. Is that, okay, is that her only form of income? And what does Seth actually do? I'll wait. Lisa was onto something. Hey, Philly John, the hot mic was so overproduced. Didn't you see the producer in the mirror when she handed the mic pack? No, that's the thing. I saw the producer in the mirror. I don't dispute that. But that's, of course, the producer was there. And of course, they're being produced because they were filming the show. So there were camera people, there was lighting, there was booms, there were producers. I think she just got really pissed off and she popped off. I don't think it was scripted. I don't think she thought it would make the show. I just think she got pissed and she popped off. And of course, the producer was there. They're always there. They're filming the show. It wasn't like she was like, oh my God, I didn't know my mic was on. She literally was just like, and you can have your mic back. And she tossed it in his face. I would believe it was fake if she said, I didn't know I was mic'd. I didn't know that they were getting it. I thought it was a private conversation. Then I would be like, okay, now you're lying and it was fake. But she was very clearly just popping off. And she looks at the producer, the one who you see in the mirror, and she literally says to him, here, you can have your mic back. So that's why I think that's what I mean by she took the bait. And that's what I mean by I don't want Lisa to take their bait. They've been baiting her, and she took the bait. And now that she's popped off, now they have all this fodder. But the truth is, there is nothing that Lisa said on that hot mic that the ladies have not said themselves. Jen literally said, oh, you have your 10 boyfriends, literally before the hot mic moment. They have all talked about Meredith's family. They've all talked about Meredith and Seth having extramarital whatever. So there was actually nothing she said on the hot mic that hasn't been said before. And that's what I mean by I hope Lisa doesn't take the bait. You know, are they expensive? Hey, Natasky, Lisa also played fake with Meredith at the party, even though they had unresolved issues. That is true, because she didn't want to give bad weather the satisfaction of seeing them fight. Exactly. Hey, Joanne, yes, very expensive. Thousands for a small chain. Meredith, girl, you need to pipe it down, Meredith. Pipe it down. Toski says, I don't like Meredith Angie either. See, this is the thing. I don't believe in blind loyalty, but I do believe in loyalty. So if you have been, and I'm talking about Angie, if you have been rocking with Lisa for years, then all of a sudden, either you seek out Whitney, who is her arch nemesis, or Whitney seeks you out, and all of a sudden you two are best friends. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Hey, Miranda, to Meredith, Lisa being friends with Jen is Lisa saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah. Hey, Yolanda. She goes, hello, all from Maryland. Hey, Yolanda, what is up, sweetheart? How are you? Hey, Philly John. Aubrey O'Day said she wanted to join. No, Aubrey, no. This is the thing. I know too much about Aubrey O'Day. She's already made the rounds. I think she could join a different show or have her own show. But when it comes to the Real Housewives, I want an unknown who is actually super wealthy and who is actually really living that lifestyle. That's what I want in my housewife. I want a Lisa Vanderpump. I want a local celebrity in their town who is like wealthy and very influential. I want like what Nene was until she whatever, you know what I mean? And like all of that stuff. That's what I want. Hey Joanne, when Lisa laughed at Jenny throwing the glass, I was angry. Yeah. You know I stan Lisa Barlow, but I have to be fair and hold everyone's feet to the fire. That was a disappointing moment. Because I don't care how much you may not like Mary or whatever the situation is, it's never okay for someone else to throw a glass at someone and then to laugh about it and be like, whatever, I don't care, and have no one check on Mary. That was really disappointing. And I particularly hold Meredith's feet, but I hold all of their feet because no matter what, they're still a group. They're still the group. You see, you know what I mean? They may not all have to be best friends, but they're still a group. And to have one person have a glass thrown at them and no one care is really messed up. Even for Lisa Barlow, and we all know I love her. But I got to keep it real. Hey, Young, I fully John. If she quit the Encore show, then she definitely can't survive the Housewives show. Bloop. Hey, Miranda, at the reunion clip, Lisa seems to blame producers for making it look like she was ranting. She was ranting. She was ranting. She was. I think she was like, I was on a rant. Why did you put that in? I think she was blaming the producers for actually showing it. But the thing is, I love you, Lisa. But the thing is, when you're on this show, whatever you say on the mic, whatever you say on camera, unfortunately, is fair game. That's why I do think it was a hot mic moment in the sense where she took the bait, she went on a rant, and maybe afterwards she thought that like somehow they would spare her and it wouldn't make the show. But the thing is, when you're on the show, what you say on the show, what you do on the show is fair game. And of course they're going to show that. Hey, Yolanda, producers should have stopped Jenny from throwing the glass at Mary. Yeah, all of those pathetic women showed their racist slips. Yep. Lisa and Heather especially need to be called out for hyping Jenny up. That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart. I agree. Like, no matter what, you don't do that to someone. I agree. Hey, Natoski, that was dirty, snaky producer move. Mm-hmm. Hey, Randa, Lisa's never owned up to anything she has ever done. Hey, Philly John. I would like to see how she handled these women. Maybe the personalities of Salt Lake City are more in line with hers. Oh, for Audrey O'Day? Keely had the women running to Dubai. Hey, Natoski, that's one of the reasons why I'm like, wait, we are missing something. That didn't seem like Lisa because she threw it hard and could have cut her. Yeah, just throwing it in general just was not right. Not a good look. Not cool. Not boycott. Boycott, RHOSLC, Bravo, blackout. Watch these wolves eat each other without Mary. The reunion preview showed it all. It did. It did. It did. Atusky, those producers are not her friends. That's right. That's the thing. Don't, like, these reality stars, don't get it twisted. These producers will gas you up, make you like a fool, and then walk away and be like, what? You knew the job. You knew the job. And they're doing their job. It's their job to do it. So, but Lisa is back. She's back filming. I think, yeah, she's back. She better be back. I love her. Hey, Joanne, I heard Seth went to check on Mary. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Didn't Rihanna give Heather a shout out last season? Rihanna did give Heather a shout out last season. That's the thing. Heather has been a fan favorite. She's never been my favorite. Heather, to me, is just as problematic as the rest of them. She turned, like, when her brother came to her looking for comfort, she was like, I couldn't respond. I didn't want to read this letter. I was, Heather is out for Heather. Don't let it fool you. Heather is out for Heather. 100%. And she's just as bad as Whitney, making up lies and then going around saying it's the truth. Jen says, as host, Lisa was the only one obligated, but Meredith was a complete disappointment. I agree. It was Lisa's party. I agree 100%. She dropped the ball. And any of them cheering Jenny on to the point of her throwing something at her, dead wrong. I also agree it was hosting. She should have checked on her. Dead wrong. I love you, Lisa, but I got to be honest. Mary has caught a lot of smoke being your ride or die. Meredith was also dead wrong for not going to check. Seth going to check is great, but Meredith should have been the one to go check on her girl. It's nice Seth did, but it should have been Meredith because Mary got a lot of smoke this season for riding for Meredith. Hey, Sunshine! At an unplanned work meeting. Yeah, I'm back in the chat box now. Yeah, what's up? Hey, Natatsky. I always saw through Heather. Me too. The moment she got herself up in that confessional being like, I am not a good Mormon because I like to sin. I like cigarettes, alcohol, and black peen. Girl, bye. Miss me with that. Again, it goes back to, well, what are you actually saying about black people? What are you actually saying about black men? So you're saying being with a black man is ungodly. It's synonymous to drinking and smoking. And I don't want to talk about anybody's religion, but Mormonism, you just have to Google the problems with that. They, I think, only recently even allowed black people to join. I don't know what black people are joining. I'm not joining anything that you just recently allowed me to. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it, but crazy. Hey, Philly John. Heather was a little more tolerable the first season. She fooled me too. She didn't fool me. Neither did Whitney. But Whitney and Heather, their masks are off. They truly showed us this season who they are. They are dirty. You might not like Lisa Barlow, but Lisa Barlow, to me, is who she is. You know what you get with her. She's not fronting. I don't think she's faking. I like Elisa. I do. Meredith, like Lisa said, she was posing the whole time. And that's why she got into the situation she was in. If she would have got up there and said in season 1 and was actually honest and said, you know what, guys? I've been having a really hard time in my marriage. My husband and I are separated. We're seeing other people, and we're going to see if we can save our marriage, but this is where we're at right now. I really need your support. We all would have been rallying for Meredith. I think Lisa would have been there for her, all of it. But the fact is, Meredith got up there and wanted to pretend like she had this rosy, perfect relationship. But then all of a sudden, it got blown up in her face. And then, oh, no, yeah, we're taking time apart. Oh, yeah, he's going to travel. Oh, yeah, oh, blah, blah, blah. Because she had to sort of like, then, like, she was forced to be honest. And I'll tell you this. I think her and Seth are lying. I don't think. Actually, let me rephrase that. I think her and Seth are lying, but they're not lying. So when they say that they are really happy together and they're in a great place and everything is going well, that I think is true. But the lie, I think, is the way in which they're saying it. I don't think that they're actually back, husband and wife, only the two of them, happy. I think they both are okay with sleeping with other people, with having the open relationship, with him being gone 50 to 80% to 90% of the time, with her busting it wide open in the Upper East Side. I think they're okay with that. And this is the thing. I don't judge anyone's lifestyle because it's not my place. It's not in my business, and it's not my place to judge anyone. So I think that they are happy doing that, but I think to front, they're saying, oh, we're happy and better than ever, and we put our marriage back together. You and Seth just got smart. and you're like, we're not going to be sloppy this time with it. We're not going to get caught this time with it. Let's have this united front so we can go back to Bravo, keep getting these Bravos checks. That's what I think happened with them. Hey, Yolanda, NFL linebacker, refrigerator built, strong jaw header. I gotta start reading these comments before I just spew them out. Heather doesn't have the guts to stand up to Jyn Shaw, who blatantly disrespects her. That's a very codependent relationship right there. A very, very codependent relationship. Hey, Joanne. When Heather talks about how Mormons look down at people, I think Heather still acts that way. I agree. I agree 100%. Hey, Randa. When I was a teenager, someone threw a bottle at the wall. I was walking by. Nuh-uh. They didn't see me come. Oh, they didn't see you coming. Okay. A piece bounced off and caught me. No, on the side of my head. Randa, I'm so sorry. Girl, I'm sorry. That is a mess. I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay. Well, you said you were a teenager, so sending you love, Rhonda. I'm sorry that happened to you. Randa, I'm so sorry. No, I could have hit Mary. No, I agree with you. Like, trust me, I'm not co-signing the throwing of the glass bottle. No, thank you, ma'am. Not co-signing that. Hey, Yolanda, I think Lisa is too phony. No real friend trashes another the way she did Meredith. Meredith has been trashing Lisa the whole show. Didn't Meredith invite Heather and Whitney over after the whole thing that happened for that weird, like, electric workout just to talk about Lisa? Meredith has not been a friend to Lisa for this whole season simply because Lisa still stayed friends with Jen. Point blank, period. Meredith hasn't been loyal to anyone. Lisa just had enough. Hey, Nataski. Remember Mary said, looking out the window, that Heather is still judgy Mormon and doesn't even realize she looks inbred. No. I know she did. Y'all, my candy canes, y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me in this chat. No, Darren, no. Darren says Heather is my favorite. No. Fine. We still love you. You can still come and hang with us. Hey, Billy John. She goes, I didn't like any of them winches. Officially done with his franchise. No. Hey, Nataski. Seth and Meredith are friends and see each other as family. Exactly. They are lying when they imply they're romantically still together. 1,000%. I think that they have been together for so long that they do see each other as family and they're friends. And they're like, let's just continue to say we're this rosy couple so we continue to have this outward front and get these Bravo checks and go to these galas and blah, 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 blah. I agree 100%. 100%. Yeah, we're just laughing. Yes. Yolanda's laughing too. Natasha says facts. Tashi says, tell him, Candy. Yes. Hey, Jorda. He goes, I see Buckingham Palace might sue Jason Lee. Ooh. We need to do a hot topics. Hey, Randa. She goes, I'm fine. Good. Thank God. The person was extremely sorry for what they did, and my folks accepted their apology. Yeah, just making a point about how dangerous Jenny's glass throwing was, Jenny. No, so dangerous. And I'm so happy that you're okay. And so happy that you're okay. But you're right. I agree with you 1,000%. It's so dangerous. That's why you don't, like, again, when Jenny threw the remote at her husband and broke his ribs, you could have thrown the remote and knocked somebody's eye out. You could throw the glass and they could hit somebody's wrist or artery or something. Like, you don't play around with stuff like that. That's like, you don't shake people a certain way. You don't push people because people could fall back, hit their head. Jenny had to go. Post or not, Jenny had to go. And you know what I didn't like? Let's talk about it. You know what I didn't like? And you know what I think? And I don't think we talk about this enough. The dynamic between Jyn Shaw and Jenny. I don't think Jyn Shaw ever liked Jenny. I don't want to make everything about race, but if I'm going to keep it funky, I think that Jyn Shaw didn't like the fact that there was another Asian woman on the cast. I don't think she liked it. And I also think that Jyn, I don't think she ever liked Jenny. I don't think Jyn liked that there was another Asian woman on the cast. I don't think she liked it. I think Jyn might get a kick out of being the one in the group, if that makes sense. I don't know. This is just coming to me now. Rock with me. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you don't agree with me. We can all just have a good fun kiki. That just came to me now. That's not a cooked idea. That just came to me as we were talking about it. Because I don't think we really talk about the dynamics between Jen and Jenny. And I think that's an interesting thing to explore. But no, what Jenny did was dead wrong. Is super dangerous. Super duper dangerous. Hey, Kathy. She goes, hello, Candy, and love the Candy Canes. That's right, you guys. If you're in here and you're having fun, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with a friend. We were having a good kiki. Hello, Kathy. Nataski says, Darren Hood, you okay, boo? Yeah. Oh, I love you, Candy Canes. I love you so much. Hey, Philly John, Candy, what is your next show you're recapping? Okay, next show we're recapping is, let's do Ladies Who List, and then we'll also do Real Housewives of the OC. If there's any other shows you want, put them in a chat box. You know, I work on a lot of other creative projects, so I'm trying to go as live as much as I can and be consistent as I can. So I appreciate you guys being flexible with me. I am doing the best I can. But yeah, I think those are the shows I want to recap. I want to do Ladies Who List, and then I want to do the Real Housewives of OC. Is there another show going on right now? Let me know. Put it in the chat box. Dassy, glass can kill you. Hello. Remember the movie Ghost? Break it down, Nataski. Hey, Joanne, I wish Mary went to a reunion. She can read someone. That's what I was saying. I really wish Mary had gone to the reunion for so many reasons. One, I really wanted her to confront all of the women for why they did not check on her. Two, I wanted her to be there to defend herself because they know that they're going to come with like lies, allegations, whatever. And yeah, she can read. Mary can read for Phil. Like, she will read you down, all the way down. And do I think that she's problematic with the stuff with her church and the fraud? Yeah, but I don't think she's any more problematic than a lot of the housewives we've already have. So I wish she was there too. Hey, Kathy, I'm right there with you at Darren Hood. She's straight, no chaser. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Darren Hood says, yeah, well, the same goes for Roa because I saw how production is treating them every year. Now that I saw Rosa of Beverly Hills undergone a full upgrade for season 12. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You better upgrade. Pesky, Jyn Shaw liked being the only Asian for sure. Yeah, I agree. Because she even looks at Ginny a little differently. I agree 100%. Hey, Sunshine. Oh, I totally agree. And Jen made slight comments about it as well. Yep, she feels like Jenny wants to be her. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You know what I didn't like? Thank you for reminding me. I didn't like the fact that Jyn Shaw was like, oh, yeah, Jenny, I've already done that, been there. And then they did the whole recap of when Jenny threw the glass being like, I'm so tired of talking about Mary, and she like throws the glass from last season. Jen Boo Boo, that's nothing that you want to be proud of. That's nothing that you want to like lay your hat down being like, oh, I did that first. That's not a good look. That is also violent. That is also could have been assault. That also could have gone down very, very poorly if the glass popped in someone's eye, popped on somebody's skin, popped on somebody's vein. Like, that also is not okay. I would be so ashamed if I had done that. Ashamed, not proud. Hey, Philly John, Candy, I too believe that that theory, right? Being the only Asian, I picked on that early during this season. Thank you. Yes, I thought so too. I was just like, Jen is side-eyeing the hell out of Jenny because Jenny is Asian. And I think she liked playing that role. And another thing I think with Jyn Shaw, I think that we talked about black sense and we talked about appropriation. I also think that Jyn Shaw likes to appropriate black culture, being a minority, being this, that, or whatever, when it's convenient for her. She will play that card when she gets caught up in something. Do you know what I mean? And like, she was even going so hard against Mary when Mary was making the comment about 7-Eleven, how like when Mary said if there's a lot of black people around a 7-Eleven, she'll go to another one and all this stuff, which I thought was just really horrible. Because this is the thing. If I go to a 7-Eleven, I don't care about the race of the people. If I get a sketchy vibe, if it's just a weird night, or if it's just weird people there in general, and I get a weird vibe, anywhere, I'll go someplace else. To me, the problem was you're saying you don't like to be around a lot of black people. That was the problem. I don't know where I was going with that. There's so many stuff going on, you guys. Okay, Chelsea, I'm hearing the Queen of England passed away. Oh, no. Didn't she get COVID? Aw, let's see if there's any alerts. I don't see any alerts. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. Sunshine says, I thought so too because I thought Jen was going behind bars to replace her with Jenny. I know they did say that. They said that Jenny was supposed to be Jen's replacement because she was going to, as Miss Grand Dame would say, sing. Am I watching American Idol? No. Oh, you know what? We could do also the recap of Celebrity Big Brother. Because I'm watching that now because you guys wanted me to. So I'm watching that now, Celebrity Big Brother. So we can do Celebrity Big Brother, Ladies Who List, and the Real Housewives of OC. I don't want to overpromise because I got some other really great projects for you guys that I'm working on, and I can't wait you guys to see them. But if you're into self-care and self-love and manifestation, I'm actually doing a 7-day Level Up Your Life challenge. It's linked below. You get a lot of goodies in there. You know, over here at the Candy Shop, I do reality TV, Lux Life, I do manifestation, Sugar Pills, I do self-care and self-love. So there is something for everyone over here. We got pop culture, reality TV, and self-care. So subscribe and share with a friend. Mwah. Yeah. I didn't see any of those alerts about the Queen passing away, so I hope that's not true. Hey, but she goes, reminds me of He Got Game movie when Zell pushed his wife. She hit her head on that marble kitchen counter, broke her neck, and died. We got to be gentle with each other. Yes. You have to be so gentle. You just never know. Love and Marriage Hunts. We will be doing, hey fam, we will be doing Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DMV. I can't wait. Last week, I did a hot topic about Marcel Scott's alleged cheating. So if you want my thoughts on that, go back and watch that. But it's good. Randa, do you review scripted shows? I don't really review scripted shows. I do more reality. But if you have a scripted show that you want to suggest, drop it. Let me know. Drop it. Hey, Yolanda. They're also triggered by Mary because she pays them dust like the dust balls they are. This is the thing. This is why I think they're triggered by Mary. I think they're triggered by Mary because Mary, again, I always kind of compared to LVP, because I think that they have this great way of just reading you for filth, but they do it in such a way that it's just so, just like this, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, blah, 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 da, 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 da. You know, they're not throwing glasses, they're not flipping tables, they're not screaming, they're not breaking things, they're not going off the deep end, they're not getting wasted, they're not doing all of that stuff, but they will sit there and they will read you for filth down to the white meat. And that is what bothers them so much, because they are so unbothered, but yet they can just read you for filth. I love it. I love it. Hey, Nataski, you saw it on her face when she first looked at Jenny. Yes, 100%. She was bothered that they brought another Asian on the show. She was bothered. Bothered. Hey, Joanne. She goes, didn't Dewey say who threw the glass better? Ooh, that's telling right there. That is telling right there. Hey, Yolanda, Jyn Shaw is so pathetic because she also begs to be acknowledged and accepted by the other pathetic women on the show. Yeah. Hey, Jen. Jen is Polynesian, not Asian. Oh, I'm sorry. I think SL is so small and she knew Jenny's history. I think she sensed the superiority complex. Plus, she has real money. LOL. Oh, I apologize. If Jyn Shaw is not Asian, I 100% apologize. That's my own ignorance. And I will look up Polynesian. So sorry about that. Hey, Kathy. Mary checked with an attorney friend to see if she can sue Jenny for attempted physical violence and mental abuse, and bravo for an unsafe work environment without immediate protection by staff and security. Girl, Mary. Nataski says exactly. Hey, Young Rich. British News just reported it's a false report. Yeah. Thank God. God save the Queen. Hey, Philly John. Actually, Polynesians are of Asian descent. Yeah. Jason Lee lied on her. That's why the Buckingham Palace is about to pull a Mary and say legal counsel. He, but as Jyn does not care. She knows where she's going. The slam or clink. To me, Jyn Shaw is so delusional. In the same way of Erica and all the rest of them, it's like these reality stars really have to have a different chip in their brain. They really have to have a different ticket going on, because if I was facing jail for any reason, thank God, no, for any reason, for any amount of time, I would be a wreck. You would have to literally pick me up off of the ground. I would just be like, I'm not built for this. I don't know what I did. I am so sorry if I did something. How delusional do you have to be? You're going against the United States of America federal court. And you're like, can Kim Kardashian be my lawyer? What? You guys, I just thought of something. Rock with me. This is all alleged. This is a conspiracy theory. And this is literally just for fun because it just occurred to me. So rock with me with this. And again, this is just for fun. This is just a conspiracy theory, just for fun. What if the real MVP was Coach Shaw? What if Coach Shaw, this whole time, knew what Jen was doing? Because at the reunion, when Andy asked Coach Shaw, did you ever wonder where the money was coming from? His face kind of got distorted. What if this whole time Coach Shaw was actually I'm just going to let Jen, again, this is alleged, this is a fun key conspiracy theory, this is just for fun. I'm going to let Jen go out here and allegedly scam, dip it and do it, get all this money for us. He knows where the bones are buried. He knows where the money is, but his hands are clean. Clearly, Lisa Barlow even tried to say, like, oh, was Jyn getting dropped off at like her boyfriend's house or another dude's house? Coach Saul has already been checked out of the marriage for a long time. They were thinking about getting divorced. Their family already had an intervention. He was already, last season, he clearly had enough of her BS. She's always crying. He's never home. He's always traveling for work. What if Coach Shaw actually is the mastermind and he is the MVP and he's like, I'm going to let her go off to the clink clink. Then I can go and have the real women that I've been dipping it and doing it this whole time. And I know where the money is. Coach Shaw is really, I think he's actually the mastermind. And if you think about it, he has the most nice guy. Everyone loves Coach Shaw. He's such a good guy. You know, we only hang out with Jyn for her husband, Coach, because he's so great. He has this like nice guy persona. He doesn't drink, doesn't do all this stuff on camera. Like, what if he is just like, bling, 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 feds, listen, I'm tired of my wife. This is the scheme that she made up with Todd. Come and get her. This is just for fun. This just came in my mind. Wouldn't that be crazy? Also, allegedly, in my opinion, Jen's reaction bothers me. It bothers me because, similar to Erica Girardi with this, Jyn has not once acknowledged the victims, alleged victims. Not once has she been like, because I'm going to put myself in that position, right? Say I'm at this company, I'm doing great. I'm making millions, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, balling in it, blah, 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 blah. We're making so much money. This is such a great company. You know, I have all this money. I can bring in my family, my cousins, blah, 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 blah. It's great. Then boom, all of a sudden I find out that this company is corrupt, that this company is a fraud, it's a scam, that all of this money I've been making, that I've brought people into, is literally, you know, blood money, that they've been scamming elderly people out of their pensions, out of their retirement funds. They've been taking advantage of, you know, vulnerable people. And all this money I have is corrupt blood money. My initial gut reaction would be like, oh my God, I am so sorry. I had no idea. I also feel betrayed by my company. I also feel duped by my company. What can I do to make this right? Here are all of my emails. Here's all of my stuff. You know, I thought this was legit. Here's everything. How can I help you? I can't believe I was a part of this scheme. But Jen's response, very much like Erica Girardi's, again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I can't, you know, diagnose, but very, very, very extreme narcissistic tendencies going on here, where their initial reaction is, why are you doing this to me? This is my money. This is mine. Why are you trying to take away what I have? Like with Erica not giving the alleged gifts back and the earrings and all of the stuff and the clothes and acting like she's like some victim in all of this, right? That's why, Jyn, girl, you're going to get what you get. Allegedly, in my opinion, you're going to get what you get because you don't track as an innocent person. You don't read as someone who didn't know that what they were doing was wrong. You don't. Because there's just a humanity. Like if somebody gave me $100 and it turned out that $100 was out of a scam, I would be like, how do I get this $100 back to the right person? How do I make this right? I'm so sorry. I had no idea. What can I do to make this right? Even if it was just $100. But you're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars, literally people's livelihoods, people's retirement stuff. Jen, now, see, I'm getting heated just thinking about this. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat box. Young Rich says, Celebrity Big Brother ends on Wednesday. Will you watch Big Brother Canada? That starts next week. Ooh, I'll check out Canada. And if it ends on Wednesday, then let's do a recap on Thursday for Big Brother. Because I have thoughts on Carson, Cynthia, on Shayna, all that stuff. And I want to see who wins. I hope it's Carson. Hey, Nataski, Polynesian is Asian, just like the people from India are. Yeah. It's just different kinds of Asians. Yeah. Hey, Yolanda, I'm in the DMV and can't wait. Yes. And I'm a Monique Samuels fan, so I can't wait to see her on the Real Housewives, or not the Real Housewives, on Love and Marriage DMV. Hey, Joanne, Mary's I don't care attitude bothers them. Whitney is desperate for approval. That's what I'm saying. Whitney is desperate for, like, everyone's approval. She's desperate for Lisa's approval. She's desperate for Mary's approval. She squandered her family's savings. Like, Whitney, I can't with Whitney. Justin, do you believe in me? Like, Justin, do you? Whitney, this is the question you need to ask. The only one. Do you believe in yourself? Because you spent this whole season trying to tear down Lisa Barlow. You spent this whole season trying to expose Mary. You spent this whole season squandering your family's money. You spent this whole season having a fake, in my opinion, allegedly, skincare line. I don't know where to get Wild Rose. And you spent this whole season having very weird, porny moments with your husband who you say you have robotic sex with. Make it make sense, Whitney Witt. Make it make sense. Randa says, yes, the Gilded Age is everything. Hey, Kathy. She goes, a good scripted show so far is Harlem with Megan Good. Yes, and the cast of women, friends, and significant others. I loved Harlem. I love it. They actually got picked up for season 2. Love Harlem. Hey, Nataski. To be fair, I would have acted the same exact way Mary did when Jenny became possessed. When she left and was like, can someone get that crazy? Yeah. No, this is the thing. When it came to Jenny going off on Mary, I am in the Sing-A-Lot team Mary the whole time because that whole situation was wrong. That whole situation was so dirty. They should not have done Mary that way in this particular situation. I agree. Jen said, Lord have mercy. Yolanda says, I hope Mary sues Bravo and the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Hey, but I see they can't take Mary's honesty because the rest of them are so fake. Woo, child. Hey, Sunshine. She goes, God save the queen. LOL just gave me a delightful laugh. Yes. Good. Hey, Philly John. At Randa, I'm going to start watching. What about Netflix Inventing Anna, produced by Shonda Rhimes? Oh, okay, you guys. I watched Inventing Anna by Shonda Rhimes. I thought it was good. I expected more, but I did think it was good. I think it's a good show. It was a little flat. I think the very end of it, they sort of run off the rails. Like they sort of jump ship or jump the shark, whatever it's called. But you guys let me know. If you guys watch it and you want my opinion on it, let me know and I can review it. Hey, Atoski. I hope Coach didn't say anything considering the trial hasn't started. I agree. Hey, Kathy at Philly John. I stayed up through the night binge watching the Anna series on Netflix. It's really good. Just a few more episodes to go. Hey, Young Rich. I said Coach Saul was getting bussed down by his grinder lover, enjoying his true life while Jyn was cuffing in custody, so I agree. Young. Hey, Philly John. Coach Saul looked tired and haggard. He did. I believe he's waiting for Jyn to go to prison so he can be with his other. Exactly. Exactly. Was that really loud? I got a new microphone. It's a little, I don't want to bust your ears out. But I agree. I think Coach Shaw was just like, I think Coach Shaw probably has been ciphering money. I think he has his own nest egg. I think Coach Shaw is going to be fine. And then once she goes to prison, he's going to just live his best life. And I think he knows she's guilty, allegedly, in my opinion. And he's just waiting for it to go down. And so he can go and raise his sons. Oh, wow. You know what I just thought about? Jyn's sons. Those are the real victims. Also the other alleged victims, right? But her sons, Omar, do you guys remember the scenes where she was trying to talk to her son and he was like playing like basketball or something, or he was like training, and it was so hard to watch because you could tell that they were so estranged. Like you could tell that he didn't really know how to interact with her. That was tough. Hey, Yolanda, Coach Shaw does not seem happy. No, but he's never really seemed happy. Hey, Rhonda, Coordinator Shaw, actual title is a lawyer, so you may be onto something. Not Coordinator Shaw, Rhonda. The shade. The shade of it all. The shade. Coach Shaw MVP, I like it, right? You're asking if he did as a former lawyer, he knows to never ask questions. Yup, and to work out of town so that he wouldn't be included in the mess. That's what I'm saying. Like he was a and right when she started doing the scheme, he stopped practicing law. I do not believe in coincidences. I always think when there's ever a synchronicity with something, like, oh, this just so happens with this, I always think that there's something underlining going. I do. I don't believe in a coincidence. I don't believe, oh, it just so happened that he just happened to stop practicing the law when she got into a fraudulent scheme. I don't believe in coincidences. I think he knows the law. I think that he knew that if he knew something was going on, even though they're married, even though there's spousal, whatever you want to call it, spousal, not spousal approval, but it's like spousal, like you don't have to testify against your spouse. I know there's that, but I just think he's really smart. And I think he knows that, like, I just think Coach Shaw is the MVP. I think he played this for the long game. And I think he sees the end nearing. And she's going to go to jail, and then he's going to go live his best life with this fraudulent money. Because where is the money? That's another thing. You have allegedly stolen millions upon millions of dollars, but you don't own a home. Where is the money? Is it just in shoes and bags? Is it just in clothes? Where is the money? Hey, but as she think about it, Jyn has to be delusional to function. Yeah, if she was in tune with it all, she would be extra nuts. That's what I was saying. Like, when I get a parking ticket, I get anxiety. Like, I can't imagine facing something like that. It's a lot. Young Riches, I believe it. I really, really do. I do too. Again, I don't want to get Tasha Kate or anything, so this is all alleged. This is just a fun kiki. This is just a fun conspiracy theory. This is just for fun. But I kind of think we're onto something, guys. In the words of Heather, I think we Nancy Drew'd it. Okay. Hey, Randa. She was at Philly John. Please watch. Please watch. It's only 5 episodes, and I'm thinking about checking out Inventing Anna. I do like Shonda's work. It's a good show. The only reason why I thought it was flat is because I think I expected, I don't know what I expected. Maybe there's like a little bit more into, I don't want to give anything away. Maybe it's like a little bit more into Anna. But I do like the show. I think it's good. If you guys want to talk about it, let me know. We could even do like after we all watch, we could even do like one long day where we just all get together and just talk about the show. Like we don't have to like recap every episode. It could just be like Inventing Anna Day or whatever. But you guys let me know what you want. Hey, Yolanda. She goes, but yet no one confronted Jyn Shaw for allegedly scamming seniors. That's the thing we're talking about, because it's like, again, season 3, I need them to go for Jen's neck. when it comes to these allegations. The same way I need Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I need them to come for Erica's neck this season, because I think the disconnect is, and the only grace that I'll give them is, like Erica in Beverly Hills and like Jyn Shaw and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, this happened in real time. So they were filming when it happened. We got everything in real time. So they were filming when it happened. We all saw everything on social media. So it was happening in real time, as opposed to like what happened with like a Mary, where she got exposed after everything wrapped. So they had pre-production time to get their coordination together for how they were going to go after Mary's neck this season. So they need to go for Jen's neck this season, because now everything is out in the open. It's not in real time. We know what's going on. If they don't come for Jen's neck about the allegations this season, then I think there's a really big problem. But I think it's sometimes hard to be filming and have a crisis happen in real time, because it's almost now, it's like hindsight's 2020. Like, we're watching it now, but we've had the luxury of seeing it all play out. So I think that's the disconnect. But now I know that they know they need to be on her neck. I agree. Hey, Philly John. Hey, Kathy. I haven't started yet. I'll like to take a whole day and binge a series. I'm retired. Philly John, I'm not retired, and I do the same thing. Yes. I love it. Hey, Philly John, at Randa, it's on my next much watch list. I love period pieces. Hey, Nataski, I would have sold all my stuff and put it in a trust for the victims. I would avoid the trial and still keep my new job on the show. I agree. I would have been like, what do I have to do not to go to jail? I don't think it's a secret. I'm not built for any type of I'm just not, like, I would be like, tell me, what do I have to do so I don't have to go to jail, and I'll do it. Yes, I would also 1,000% want to make sure the victims are whole, but like, if we're going to be all the way funky, I would be like, please, I didn't do anything, please. Jyn Shaw, the delusion is real. The delusion is real. Hey, Kathy. She goes, definitely understand Philly John just turned 67. Happy birthday, Kathy. I'm home too much now since the pandemic, so I sleep when I can. Oh, happy birthday, Kathy. Hey, Jyn. She goes, Polynesians are the indigenous to the Pacific Islanders, not Asian. She's Tongan. She's been pulled so tight, she's almost ambiguous. Oh. Gotcha. Thank you for that, Jen. Hey, Nataski, she goes, it's because Whitney gives insecure hoe bag. No lies detected. Let's not forget how she got her husband. No lies detected. I wouldn't normally be so judgy, but I don't like how desperate and snaky she is. Nataski, I am with you 1,000%. Usually I'm not that judgy, but when it comes to Whitney, come on, girl. Come on. Like, I can't with her. I really can't. I agree. Hey, Randa, the Gilded Age is scripted show I was referring to. Okay. I will check out the Gilded Age. Jen loves the Gilded Age. I'll check it out. The Gilded Age. Hey, Ataski. Correct, but they are considered Asians from the continent of Asia, just like the people of India. Thank you, Nataski. Hey, Randa, that's his actual title on the U of the website, Cornerback Special Times Coordinator. No, Randa, like, I know. Like, this is the thing. Like, I felt you. Like, I got you. Like, we see each other. Like, I knew what you were saying. Like, that's his actual title, but like, it's so funny and shady because like we all call him like Coach Shaw, like all of this stuff, but to be like, he's Coordinator Shaw. Hey, Latasha back. Hello, everyone. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? What is up? Hey, Nataski says Coach Shaw, as a former lawyer, knows exactly the right moves so that it was impossible for him to be incriminated. Exactly. And also, another, again, because I don't believe in coincidences, I also think he probably stopped practicing during the fraudulent years so that even by association, he could not be disbarred. Because you just never know with everything going on. You could be like, oh, we have spousal privilege or whatever it is, blah, 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 blah. Mm-mm-mm. He's probably making sure that if he ever wanted to go back to law, he could go back and practice it. But by not being a lawyer during the fraudulent years, allegedly, he can always reinstate himself. But if you're married to this fraudulent person and you're practicing law during that time, does it put his cases into question? Does it put his legal practice into question? Coach Shaw is the MVP. He is about to send Jen to the clink clink, and then he's going to go live his best life. Hey, Joanne, the jewelry Jen wears has to be worth a ton of money. I doubt it's fake. Yeah, but it's so sad. It's so sad how you would rather spend your money on designer clothes and jewelry and all this stuff that really doesn't matter. They're nice to haves. Like, and this is the thing, I don't knock that. If you want to go out and buy something, buy it 100%. But I think it's sad when you put that over having like a secure home for your family, if that makes sense. Just like values, I guess, and priorities. Hey, Kathy. She goes, I like the Gilded Age also. I'm going to check it out. Hey, Randa. She goes, let's convince Candy to Gilded Age after the season wraps. Yay! I'm writing it down. Gilded Age. I'm going to check it out. Hey, Jen. No, India is in Asia, but not worth continuing with no resolution. Just enjoying Katie's commentary. Love you guys. Hey, Young Rich, I would love to hear your thoughts on Bel Air, LOL, even though you don't watch. All right, you want my thoughts on Bel Air? You're about to get them. Not going to watch it. No, thank you, ma'am, Pam. It seems to me more like Empire spinoff than a reboot or remake of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And the reason why I'm not going to watch it is because in general, I'm tired of remaking reboots. Tired of it. The majority of them flop. Why can't we give new people a chance? And what I mean by that is a lot of these studios and networks are doing reboots because they're being cheap. Basically, what they're doing is they're going into their catalog and they say, what do we have the rights to? Let's do a remake of that. Rather than going out and sourcing new material, new scripts, new producers, new writers, and having to pay them for their work. Do you see what I'm saying? They're being cheap. And also, they are not being creative. There are so many people out there. And when I say new, I don't mean young. I'm not talking about young people. I'm just talking about new, fresh content. You could be 55 and wrote an amazing script. You could be 15 and wrote an amazing script. When I say new and fresh, I don't mean age young. I think that's another big problem. People get discriminated so much by their age. Oh, you didn't write a best-selling movie by 21. You must be washed up. It's crazy to me. I think there is so much fresh talent out there. New stories, new ideas, new experiences, all of that stuff. But the people at the top, they just want to keep it all to themselves. So when it comes to remakes and reboots in general, Friends, all of this stuff that Punky Brewster, is that even still on? Like all the crap they did, right? I'm not into it. I don't watch them. I'm not down for it because I think there's so much new and fresh talent out there. Give new people a chance. Also, when it comes to Bel Air, just from what I've seen, what I loved so much about the Fresh Prince of Bel Air was that it was fresh. He was funny. It was a comedy. It was wholesome. It was feel good. There was a moral of the story at the end of every episode, right? This to me just seems like more like Empire. And I don't say that in a negative way because I watched Empire up until the last couple of seasons and I loved it. I thought it was a great show. I loved Cookie. I loved Lucius Lyon. I loved it. But I don't love Empire as a spinoff of The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, if that makes sense. I think if this show came out just as its own show, without trying to say it's a remake or a reboot, then I would have given it a try. But as a remake or a reboot, it's just not there for me. I'm just really tired of the people at the top not allowing access for new ideas. I'm really tired of reboots, and I just don't like a remake if it's not in alignment with the spirit of the show. I'm not saying it has to be a carbon copy, but I don't think that Bel-Air is in the spirit of the show, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think the only thing that's the same is that they're using the same names and it's about Black people. But then again, Black people in our community is not monolithic. We have so many different things. So just being like a Black boy and a Black boy is not enough. Is not enough to say this is in the spirit of this. It's not enough. And I think that the legacy that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had, the reboot doesn't give it justice. So that's why I'm not going to watch it. That was a tangent, you guys. Philly John says, yes, we can set a date after the series rapid recap. We'll do it, you guys. It's the Gilded Age. Okay. Hey, Kathy, thanks, Candy, the 16th of the month. Yay, happy birthday! Yes. Randa, you're messing with Coach on the title, girl. You got me. You got me. I was like, Coordinator Shaw? You got me. Hey, Natasky, she goes, no worries, didn't mean to come off combative. You're technically right. It's Pacific Asian. Jyn definitely wants to be Asian, and the only one. She does. She does. And you guys are fine. I love you, candy cans. You guys can always talk to each other. Not to sound cheesy, but I feel like my community is the best community because you guys are amazing. You are fun, you're positive, we're high vibe, and we always just have a good kiki. So I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys. I really do. I love you and I appreciate you. And I just hope that I can entertain you and bring a little bit of happiness to your day. Hey, Philly John. At Kathy, mine was on the 10th. Happy birthday, Philly John. What's up? We having candy cane birthdays up in here? Let me find out. Birthdays. Natasky, is that jewelry worth your freedom and your family? Jyn had her priorities confused. Exactly. She had her priorities all the way confused. She had like, it's insane. It's insane. Hey, Kathy. That's right. Happy birthday, everybody. Can't replace original Uncle Phil. Exactly, Darren Hood. Exactly. And it's just like, if you're gonna do these iconic shows, you need to remake them in the spirit of the show. And just saying one Black family and another Black family is not enough. We deserve better. That's kind of what I feel. I feel like we deserve better. Jyn, how did he not know? He knew. Girl, Coach Shaw knew. Coach Shaw was playing the law game. He was like, okay, you know what? Let me put my practice aside. You go make that money, boo-boo. You give me my allowance. He's shoving it away. When the feds come and get you, I'm going to have my little nest egg, and then I'm going to actually live my best life. Yep. Philly John, Kathy, yes, my Korean sister. Happy birthday, you guys. Hey, Randa. She goes, I agree with you about reboots with the exception of Girlfriends. They didn't get a proper ending like most sitcoms. I also think it would have been better if it was done today. Oh, so you're saying you want a reboot of Girlfriends. How did Girlfriends end? I have to go back and watch it. I can't remember. But I did love the show. I love the show. Hey, Young Rich, they said it was Reason telling the story. It's the same Team Lisa. Yes. Aw, Joanne says, so are you, sweetheart. Thank you. Hey, Natasky, insecure people hate people like Lisa. Exactly. Insecure people also always use phrases like, you make me feel. Exactly. Thank you, Natasky. Exactly. Like, Whitney would always be like, oh, you make me feel less than. And Lisa was like, I can't make you feel anything. And that is so, so, so true. That is so, so true. When you are insecure in yourself, then people who are confident in who they are will trigger you and bother you. And if you are a nasty, insecure person, then you'll do like Whitney did. But if you're not a nasty, insecure person, then you might be like, well, you know what? I can love myself too. I'm worthy too. I'm good enough too. I can be confident too. And then you work on your self-esteem and you work on your confidence. So then when you do meet someone who's confident, you're not bothered or triggered by them. You're like, oh, let's hang out. Let's be friends. Let's collaborate or whatever it is, because you are confident in who you are and you don't need their validation like Whitney and Heather. Oh, Mary. Oh, Letha. It's enough. Justin, do you believe in me? That's why I said, Whitney, the question is, do you believe in yourself? Hey, Kathy, totally agree 100% with you, Candy. The New Bel Air is definitely not in the spirit of Fresh Prince. Exactly, and it's off-putting to me initially. Same. I really had to watch it as a new show, more of a drama than comedy. Exactly. It's not in the spirit. It is a drama. To me, it seemed more like Empire from just like what I was seeing from it. Maybe I'll give it a chance, but if I do, I have to look at it exactly like you said, Kathy, as like a fresh, different show. Hey Jorda J, can you watch Rookies or Chasing Atlanta? It's a reality gay TV show on YouTube. Yeah, so Rookies and Chasing Atlanta. I'll look them up. Thank you, Jorda. Hey, Randa says, yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I got into watching YouTubers during the pandemic while working from home, and it's been fun and great for my mental health. Totally. It is fun. It's just like a good kiki. It's a good time. Hey, Atoski, that red thing looks so tacky and outdated. Okay, you guys, we have been on here for over 2 hours. We're gonna wrap it up. But I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me. If you've had a fun, good kiki, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment below, give me some candy canes or just how you're feeling, and share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. In a little bit, I'm going to be going back live, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to come back because you guys know I love to do self-care, self-love, and manifestation. So I'm going to do one for 2/22/22, and I'm going to give a free training on some of my favorite manifestation tips. So be sure to join me back for that if you're into that stuff. And if you're also into that stuff, we're doing a 7-day Level Up Your Life challenge. It's linked below in the description box. We kick off on March 1st. We already have some candy canes in the group who are doing it with me. It's a 7-day Level Up Your Life challenge. Every day I do private coaching calls with you guys. I give you workbook and worksheets. It's so much fun. And you also get lifetime access to our Lux Life VIP group. That you get weekly coaching calls. You get my Journey to Self-Love Journal. You get access to our resource library of self-care, self-love, and manifestation resources. And you also get a supportive community. So it's great. And then throughout the year, we'll be doing challenges. So as you guys know, those are the things I love. Over here on the Candy Shop, we talk about reality TV, Lux Life, we do manifestation, sugar pills. It's all about self-care. So if you're into that stuff or if you want to learn more about it, join us. I love you guys. Yay. Hey, Philly says, I too discovered YouTube during the pandemic. It's fun chatting with folks. Same. I did too. Honestly, I did YouTube. I started YouTube and I was watching YouTube because I was lonely. I was by myself. I was just by myself during the pandemic, and I was just like, I can't go out because it's really like scary out there. It's not safe. We have to shelter in place. I was lonely. And I realized, oh, let me go on YouTube. And I was like, oh my God, people are talking. There's a community here. So like it was literally out of loneliness. And I'm so happy that I discovered it because it's great now. I mean, now it's fine because I can go out with my friends. But during the pandemic, it was lonely. It was lonely. I love you too, Joanne. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Hey, Nataski, we didn't need to see her on all fours and getting her butt slapped. I almost have PTSD. Whitney was a mess. Thank you for the candy canes, Kathy. Love you. Sunshine's the best 2 hours ever. Yay, that's right. Well, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Yes. Hey, Young Rich, what's the difference between 22222 and 32323? Okay, so the difference is with 22222, that is like an angel number. So angel numbers are the numbers you see repeating, like 222, 333, 444, 1111, 111, 777. Those are angel numbers, and there's like a meaning to all that. I personally, I'm not that into angel numbers or numerology. Like, I'm not really into like that space. To me, it's more of when I see an angel number, like, oh, basically a repeating number, where like the 3, 23, 23 wouldn't be that because it's broken up. I just like to look at it as, you know, God, source, light, divinity, whatever you feel comfortable saying it, just being like, you're supported, I'm with you, you're on the right path. So that's kind of how I look at angel numbers. I don't dive too much into like, this is what they mean and this is this. Like, I don't do tarot cards. I'm not really into astrology. I'm not into numerology. I'm not into crystals. I'm not into any of that stuff. And I'm not knocking it. I think if that's for you, that's great. But that stuff isn't for me. I'm more into just tapping into your own like divinity, your relationship with your higher power, you know, however you identify with that, and just really learning tips and tools to have confidence, to have self-esteem, to create healthy boundaries, to have good communication skills. I do believe in manifesting. I think we all do it, but I believe in it in a very practical way. Like, you set your goals, you speak what you want, you write your scripting out, what you want your life to be, you take inspired action, you have positive thinking minds, you are conscious about your subconscious mind, you're mindful of your self-talk. That's more of how I see it. I'm not really into the other parts of it. Like, I'm not like, don't bring me a crystal, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm not into all that stuff. I know some people are, and that's fine, but that's not the world I play in. So that's kind of how I see it. But 22, it just seems like magical. It's an angel number. It just seems like a good time to set your intentions and put everything out there. So I'm going to take a break and I'm going to come back and I'll do some of my favorite manifestation techniques in honor of today. Hey, Randa, dropping those candy canes. Yes. Hey, Natasky, remember when Andy asked Meredith if she blames Whitney at all? And Meredith said no. And Andy goes, you sure? I can't wait. Andy needs to hold Whitney to the fire. And I don't understand. This is another thing. Meredith is so blinded by, maybe it's low-key jealousy. But the thing is, I don't really get jealous between Meredith and Lisa. But Meredith is so blinded by her perceived betrayal of Lisa being friends with Jen that she doesn't actually see the fact that the whole time it was really Whitney and Heather who brought her down. And it was really Whitney and Heather who put all this stuff out about her. Hey, Jen says, I'm so happy I caught alive. Me too. Yay. So happy you're here. I'm Team Lisa too. Yes. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go take a break and then I will be back and I'll be doing my free manifestation techniques that are of today. And if you want more info on all self-care, self-love, manifestation, and all that great stuff, it is linked below. And yeah, subscribe because we will be doing more pop culture and all of that great stuff. I love you, my beautiful candy canes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself and each other, and I love it. Yes, that's right, Kathy. Intentional positive motivation and manifestation. Exactly. That's what I really believe in. It's the intentionality. It's your mindset. It's being mindful. It's all those great things. All of the rest of this stuff, I'm not really into it, but I'm into finding inner peace and loving yourself and finding a path to being happy, whole, and fulfilled. So I love you guys. Mwah. Oh, wait. Hey, Natasky. She says, why did Whit apologize to Mary when we see her double downing on her combo that she went out of her way to have with the late Cameron? Whitney is a lying snake. Lying snake. We all know this. Lying snake. Hey, Randa, have a great evening, Candy, and everyone in the chat. You too. Mwah. Okay, you guys. I will see you. Bye, Kathy. Love you. All right, I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.